Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, I am back with two things. First, I want to show you some gifts that my husband got me because he loves to spoil me. And then the second thing on this video, as the title shows, will be my faith box unboxing. So, first things. Well, there's a couple things here. All right, so when this thing first came out, all I did was post a link on my Facebook page. Well, actually, I posted from my Facebook page to his Facebook page. And honestly, I really wasn't like hoping anything of it. I was just like, oh my goodness, this is cool. This is neat. Just sharing it with my husband, right? Then he went out and got it the day it came out. What he did was he pre-ordered it at a Target, and then the day it came out at that Target, he went and got it. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, you're amazing." And I probably should have showed you guys this like way long time ago, but anyway, here it is. So he got me this Barbie. Isn't it beautiful? It's a fashion Barbie. I just thought that this was amazing. I cannot pronounce um, the skin disease. I never could pronounce it. So no matter how many times anybody will type it in the comments below, or anybody tells me, I just cannot bring myself to actually say it because there's that time where, some words are just so big that you feel like you always have a speech problem. This is a small word that makes me feel like that. Yeah. So, but anyway, when I was living in Georgia several years ago, when my husband was stationed at Fort Stewart, um, I went to the doctor because my skin all around here was like a completely different color than my skin everywhere else, and it was just right around here. Then there'd be like spots. I still have some of the spots, and then there's spots like on my arm and like on my side, but they're not as big as most people who have this disease, and it's very like prevalent that they have. I want to say it's vitiligo. I don't know, but I think it's starting to come back because it's starting to fade again. My husband's the one that noticed it. But I remember when I was first told that I had it, I was very insecure about my skin. But then the more research I did on it, and the more I started dealing with, like issues that really made me insecure about myself in general, I stopped really caring that I had it. But at the time, I went and the doctor gave me some sort of cream to put on, and you had to put this cream on like all the time, and I just got really tired of the cream, so then I just stopped. So if it comes back, it comes back. But I just thought that this Barbie was a very cool representation. I'm fairly young, so when I first was told that I had it, I was even younger, and it was just like young, insecure sort of feelings. But that's why I say, even now, after dealing with so many things, the, you know, all the whatever, it's like, you don't care about all that stuff anymore. And then I have friends that have this. I have students in the building that I work in that have this, and they're just gorgeous, beautiful people. And so I just thought that this would be really cool to get, because it was like, oh, that's awesome. That's acceptance. That's awesome. That's letting you know how far Barbie has come along to accept and to make a doll where people can see themselves in the doll. And I really thought that is very cool. And then I like the line that they have. I don't know if you can see the back of this very well, but there's just you know, this really cool, awesome line that they're doing. Let's see if I can get it a little bit closer so you can see some of the pictures. And then there we go. Set that there for a minute. So I just thought that was really cool. There's all kind of different kinds on here, different shades, different types, you know, to wheelchairs. I thought that that was really cool representation of the physically disabled. And I actually saw an article yesterday that a little girl with cerebral palsy, I believe is how you pronounce it, and she was confined to a wheelchair, and Barbie sent her a Barbie doll, much like I think I want to say it was this one exactly, but I'm not too sure. But I just thought that was just really cool. But I think it's really awesome though that they're starting to make Barbies where you know, all children can love them, because all children can see themselves in, you know, one or several of these. Another one that my husband actually put together for me, it's a structure that he put together for me, took the time to glue things, paint things, you know, snap things together, just like build up the structure. I just thought it was awesome because this took, I think it was like 2 weeks or over 2 weeks, and he was extremely dedicated to it. And I just thought it was so cool. And I'm a big Phantom of the Opera fan. So I just thought this was cool and really awesome. I'm trying to move my face out of the way so it won't zone, my camera won't zone in on my face. It's down so low because we're packing, so my table is put away. But check that out. He even got the details good on, I want to say that's Raoul down in there, but I actually don't remember. But that's, like, that's just cool. And then check this out. You can take the mask off and hold it in his hand. Isn't that cool? Like, that's just amazing detail, amazing work. So I have to figure out how I'm going to wrap this, to transport this to the apartment. I may just keep this in my car standing up. I don't know. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna transport him yet. Because he's gonna be a difficult one, because he's a very lightweight, so he can break easy, and it's gonna be very difficult to transport him. So now this was one that I got today, and I was super excited about this, because this is the 40th edition of the very first Black Barbie doll. And I'll put the picture of the very first Black Barbie doll in its original dress and form at the end of this video. But this is the 40th edition, and it looks very beautiful and amazing. I was like, oh man, Barbie done got themselves together. What's so crazy is that that reflection, you can see like her again in the reflection. Okay, there we go. It's like I was trying to show it to you guys without all that reflection. So there it is. There it is. It's just so beautiful. It says 40th edition. Now I'm trying to turn it the other way without the glare. Well, without too much. It's really hard in my house because I have the TV going over here, but then the rest of the room just sends a natural glare. So that's the best I can do. And see those stunning shoes. I don't know. I just thought that this was like, I don't know how to stop the glare, to be honest. I just thought that was really cool. Really cute. Very beautiful. And I about died. And there's a stand back here on the side. I don't know if you can see that stand. It's a clear stand back here where if I wanted to take her out of the box, I could take her out of the box. But oh, actually, here on the back, because I'm so special, I was so excited about this that I didn't even look at the back of the box. So the original black Barbie was made in 1980, and this is 2020, which is 40 years. So, and then has a picture of the dress from the very first one to now. It's really, really pretty. Let me see. So the glare isn't as bad on this one, so you can see the difference there. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. There you go. And look how stunning. So they kept it extremely close and similar. The only difference is the 1980 isn't as shiny and glittery as 2020 Barbie. So that is beautiful. That is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. But so the picture that I'll attach to the end of the video will actually just be a picture of how it looked in its original box. But I didn't realize that Barbie had so many years ago had such great representation. I remember like the dollar Barbie dolls, like where it was like brown, but it was like very thin plastic material, or like the dollar Barbies where all of it, whether it was brown Barbie or white Barbie, the plastic was so like squishy you could just pop the legs out or the heads out or whatever. I remember those, but the actual Barbies themselves, I actually don't remember them ever having a black Barbie until I was already an adult and I had already had all three of my boys, and then shopping for Barbies to do Adam and Eve for Sunday school, or just to have Barbies in Sunday school so the kids can, or the girls can have Barbie dolls and baby dolls, and the boys could have like Ken and action figures. When I started shopping for them that way to supply, some of our toys for Sunday school, that's when I started to see that Barbie had, black Barbies. But I had only really ever seen the light ones too, so it wasn't just recently until I saw like the darker ones and stuff. So I just thought these are so cool. That's awesome. I think I'm gonna get one of those like custom dolls that the one lady on Instagram makes all the time when I finally finish college, because I've only been going for 12 years. Various different things, obviously, but once I'm actually done with college and stuff. All right, so last gift, and I made this video way too long, so I think I'm actually going to end this video after this last gift and then do my faith box unboxing for another video. That's what I'm gonna do, because this is too long. So, and then all right, so this last one I thought was really, really cool and awesome, because as much as I love the newer books and the newer covers, there's something about that vintage old school look when it comes to books. And my husband knows how much I love Disney, but how much I love the original Grimm fairy tales more than I love Disney, because they are just amazing. And I was actually first introduced to the Grimm fairy tales my freshman year in high school, when I met a senior who was like, oh, there's a musical that has, a bunch of the old school fairy tales on them. But he couldn't remember the name of the musical. And then what was it? He gave me a copy of the Grimm fairy tales to read, and then we all of us theater geeks got together and watched the movie The Brothers Grimm. And I love that so much. But then I want to say my freshman year or my sophomore year, I can't actually remember. It might have actually been my sophomore year. We did Into the Woods as our one of two of our big musicals that year. And our research that we did started with the Grimm fairy tales because it's pretty much like Disney's version mixed with the Grimm version. So I thought that was really cool. So anyway, after all that talking, this is the book. It's very, very beautiful. And I know with the glare, it doesn't do it justice, but it's really gorgeous. Okay. And then look at that spine. You can get some, you can't have it. Look at the spine on that beautiful baby.
I like the spine, Mom.
And it's so glittery and gorgeous.
It's shiny.
It's shiny. That's what it is. It's not glittery. It's shiny. Shiny and beautiful. And like, it's vintage looking, but it's modern vintage. I don't know. At least that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I just really, really love this book.
So I can help you with the Barbies.
I've only ever seen tattered and old vintage things,
and the pages are all
modern looking vintage thing.
The pages are like all golden and everything.
It's so beautiful.
And the pages are all golden.
Yeah, this part of this is gold.
Yep.
I don't know if you can tell by the way the light is hitting that, but that's gold.
Yep, it's pretty gold, Mom.
Yep.
So I can...
By the Brothers Grimm.
So me and you... So I want to help you with the Barbies and everything.
We already did the Barbies and everything. Can you come over and say goodbye?
Yep. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So could I do this?
Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So can I do this thing now?
Yep, go ahead and press it.